One day I'll learn this. Technology and me we've never kind of gotten along that well. But give me half a minute here to get caught up on this here as we're setting up on our live stream here for YouTube. You having a good weekend, Aaron? Everything's okay? What's going on with you?
Oh yes, great weekend. Just did some shopping. I got stuck in traffic. You know, the malls are crazy this time of year. So it's I went, crazy thing is how people act. The closer you get to the Christmas day, everybody's who waited until the last minute is like basically trying to cut off people in traffic, trying to uh wait till last minute and take people's parking spots. It's just nuts. I was in a mall yesterday with my daughter, and these folks were cutting these people off, and I was like, they were waiting there for the parking spot, and then the guy's answer was, I was here long before him. Keep on, keep on, keep on keeping on. Like, don't even talk to me, kind of thing. And I went down another level and there was a parking spot right there. All he had to do was go up or down another level, and he got in a shouting contest with the person because this person was waiting there patiently. They had their blinkers on. So if you would be I just say be a little bit more patient with people if you're going out to go to the malls, and be a little bit more careful too. I see people, at least in my area, driving really, really fast. Trying to get that Christmas shopping done, and doesn't you know it doesn't help if you're not there to see it. So if you get in a car accident, you're not around to see your kids, your grandkids, to open their gifts. It doesn't really make any sense to me. So
There's a reason they call them malls. 'Cause
oh
you
yeah, they like to maul each other like tigers. Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, let's move on here. We're broadcasting now on YouTube Live as well. So, all right, my name is Hugh on there, and it is December the 22nd. Please use the questions box. You'll find a little questions box icon on your Zoom dashboard. Click on that. Aaron and I are the only ones to see the questions. Quick question for you. How familiar are you with options? Just punch it up here in the questions box. No idea. Just discovered them. Don't know much, but interested. Fairly knowledgeable. Totally understand them. Let us know in the questions box, and we'll look at that as to whether we should go back and do some sort of a primer on options later on. All right. But right now, let's move along here. So, just give us your answer on what you're doing here. So. All right, cool. And let's move on here. I'm going to just give you half a second here to read the disclaimer, and I will be quiet in the meantime. Okay. You alone are responsible for all your own trading, and past performance does not guarantee future results. Okay, so bit of a introduction to myself and Aaron. I come from the trenches, deep in the trenches training, and I learned how to do this. I've been trading for many years now. But I started training people uh, publicly, I suppose, sort of professionally since 2010, and now it's 2024, heading into 2025, and I've been doing very well. And I just discovered something that works very well for me, and people started saying, "Hugh, can you show me?" And I started showing them. And what started out as just a fluke that wasn't supposed to last more than a month or two, just for fun. I thought, oh, it'll fizzle out, turned into something really huge, and we're very excited. And we're currently owned by Eagle Financial Products. And here's Aaron to tell you his brief story. And all yours, Aaron. Give us your background here, real quick.
Yeah. Well, I started to learn about the stock market when I was 13 years old. That's over wow, almost 30 years ago. I picked up a Wall Street Journal in middle school library, started reading about it, opened up my first trading account at the age of 17. I started trading that account. Took a little bit of a break after the tech stock bubble burst. I came back in 2006, 2007, studied all the major books, and I'm still studying books, by the way. Reading books about technical analysis and trading, and and psychology, but I studied for and passed the Series 3 exam. I'm a licensed commodity broker. I'm also a commodity trading advisor. I worked for several different firms before coming on board with Eagle Financial Publications, most recently for $150 million commodity fund, the commodity pool operator to be exact. I was a technical analyst for the group, and I'm happy, so happy to be here with you, and so thankful to be here with the Eagle team. And I just I don't know how much I'm going to be able to talk later, but just want to wish everybody happy holidays, and if you celebrate, have a Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, whatever you believe and celebrate. I just want to thank you and thanks for taking the time to be with us tonight.
Sounds good. All right, and to be clear, even though Aaron still reads, he's an expert at what he does. Okay, and don't let him kid you. He's an expert.
Oh,
Uh,
thank you.
I think you never stop learning, but we have. I think Aaron and I we have to reframe. We've been saying that we have over a combined 40 years. I think we should probably say we have over a combined 42 years now since another year's passed since we started talking about that. But it's been a long time. Anyway, here's what we're going to do today, folks. Going to talk a little bit about what happened recently, the upcoming week. You're going to give us your challenges. Hopefully, we'll be able to answer your questions. I've got a little 2-minute tutorial, and again, answer your questions as well. All right, so let's get started. A couple announcements here, real quick. First of all, Spy on the Market. This is the newsletter that goes out every week, every Thursday. Make sure this gets into your inbox. All you have to do is go to our website, DayTradeSPY.com. And on the little pop-up there, just leave us your email address, and that'll put you on the list so that you get this sent to your inbox every Thursday. It's a kind of a nice little newsletter, very easy, 3-minute read, if that. If you're a speed reader, you can do it in a minute and a half, maybe even less. It's actually pretty good. It's pretty entertaining usually, and we talk about relevant things, sometimes irrelevant things, irrelevant. You know what I mean? Not irrelevant, irreverent. Aaron, I have trouble speaking here tonight. I don't know why, but it doesn't matter. Anyway, folks, subscribe. It's free, and tell your friends. This week's topic: what just happened last week? I think you'll find it quite amusing. All right, another announcement to make here for Inner Circle members. There will be no Inner Circle Wednesday night meetup this week. Every Wednesday we have a meetup, but this week we're not going to do it because of the Christmas, Hanukkah celebrations. We're thinking of maybe moving it up to Tuesday, but figure we're going to be, you know what? You're going to be busy. We're going to be busy. Hope to be busy. And we're not going to burden you with our meetup on this week. So we should be back in some capacity next week, maybe next, I'm not sure when, but we'll do it. We'll figure it out and let you know. All right. And again, next week is going to be New Year's, right? So anyway, that's going to be pretty
Also,
cool.
no, you're probably going to say it, but no trading room as well on Wednesday.
Absolutely true. Thanks for reminding me of that. And on Tuesday, this Tuesday, the markets close early at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, all right, Eastern time, and of course, no trading on Wednesday. So it's going to be kind of a short week. All right. So here's what happened last week. Here's a view of what happened, and stretch this out real quickly here. I'll go over it. On Monday, we had the Empire State Manufacturing Index, which is also called the New York State Manufacturing Index, and flash manufacturing PMI reports. They reported lower than forecast, pushed SPY higher because they were anti-inflationary. Strong resistance brought it back down to close just under 607. Not much over open at some sort of a rather nondescript day, although we did make some money on that day. Tuesday, retail sales held steady, but in anticipation of the Fed announcement coming up on Wednesday, that had investors on edge. They anticipated that the Feds are going to reduce interest rates, but what the market was looking more forward to was Fed Chair Powell's comments after, all right, the conference call as to what his forecast is going to be for 2025. And that's what actually tanked the market something like 23 points on Wednesday. We did get the 25% basis point drop. Excuse me. And that, of course, was built into the market. But what happened was Fed Chair Powell talked about just having two rate cuts next year instead of four. Market did not like that, and they punished investors, bring it down to around 585. On Thursday, we had some little bit of technical recovery combined with economic news, buoyed stocks a little bit here, but set it lower on this budget bill that we're talking about here and the possible government shutdown concerns. That was a real concern for investors. They don't like that. See, the market can handle good news, it can handle bad news. What it doesn't like is uncertainty. So the market viewed that as uncertainty, but I thought that was a really good certain thing because I knew that on Friday, well, we had a little news here. PCE numbers came out, which is the Fed's primary inflation indicator. All right. And that was actually pretty good. It's a little bit lower than expected. Therefore, that had a pretty good effect on the stock market. But that was also the fact that I knew, and we all knew, that they were going to sign something, right? They're not going to let the budget just, they're not going to let the government shut down. It's just not going to happen. So I knew that there was going to be a signing of that. So I just kind of waited patiently for that. And I made some money as the stock ran back up the flagpole. Technicals also reinforced it, pushed it up over 590, right up to around 595. Nice chart patterns here. We'll probably see, I'm guessing here, probably see somewhat of a recovery of the last, last week's move to the downside. But maybe Aaron, I don't know if you have some real brief insight into that, up, down, stay
Yeah.
the same, not
Yeah,
know.
let me mention the futures did open already at 6 p.m. Eastern time. And we do have the first 5 minute bar on that is a 20 point up move on the E-mini S&P 500 futures. That's equivalent to a $2 bar on the SPY. So right now we have some retracement and buying at the 61.8 retracement level near 6,011 on the March futures contract. So this is very bullish, just overnight, very, very bullish price action on the overnight Asian session. So I would expect prices to at least retest the high from Friday tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
That would also give either a 161.8 extension or 100% extension on this pre-market move overnight to the previous highs from Friday. So just keep that in mind that the overnight buying is pretty high. Unless you see something else coming up for news tomorrow or for Tuesday, I would expect this is going to be even though there's a huge drop on the Fed Powell's news, I think this might even be a uh, a, a W shaped bottom on the on the SPY as well as the futures, and we may even try to come back up and retest some of those levels that we're at from before Powell talked, depending on how far up this could go. So I
Yeah.
see possibly at least uh, about 70 points above us could possibly be for tomorrow. That's about $7 to the upside. So if it gets some real big moves and some some backwinds, to push it up,
Yeah.
you could see a lot of recovery.
In one word, up. Market's going up. It's funny because I had actually coffee with a friend of mine earlier today, and he was a little concerned because I guess he's got these mutual funds or something, and it sounds like they follow the S&P is what they do, and he's concerned. He said, "Oh, I'm actually, gosh, I lost $8,000. Should I cash out or what should I do?" So, are you kidding me? It's going back up. He said, "Really? Do you think it'll go up in the next few months or something?" I said, "I think it'll go back up in the next couple days. Don't worry about it. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. It'll probably go up in, next week. Maybe, just hold on. It's not going anywhere. It's going up. It's not going down." So, on top of that, we've got, of course, the Santa rally coming up, and hopefully that'll be, we've got a window now that's starting from the bottom, and I think that could move to the upside pretty good. A lot of rebalancing of funds at the end of the year by the big operators, so there could be a lot of movement there, and I totally concur. I'm looking for a move to the upside. Looking at the seasonals here, here's the seasonal chart. That blue line is where SPY is now. The red line is a composite of the last 5 years closing price on the daily chart. And if we zero in on this, we can take a look at this historically. Let's see, SPY rose about 4 points from a week ago, but seasonally it only rose about 1 point in the week coming up. Now, that said, take a look at what happened again on last, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and I suspect that we could probably see more than a 1 point in the upcoming week. So I would say there's a lot of pressure to the upside. So here's what happened here in its final meeting of the year. The Feds played the Grinch with a hawkish tilt for 2025, only two rate cuts down from the projected four. Reasons being outlook for inflation and the unknowns around the tariff policy that Trump is threatening. So, regardless, Powell reiterated the economy is strong and in a really good place. Those were his words. Fundamentally, we're sound. We are sound, and the market volatility continues to drive opportunity for long-term investors. Nothing to really be too concerned about. Here's a chart, the Fed's dot plot. So what they do is four times a year, they get this graph out and they sort of estimate where the markets, where the interest rates rather are going to be. So all the Fed presidents, they just put it on their chart and they kind of compile it all together, and they anticipate longer term to have interest rates come down here, 2.9 to 3% after next year. For next year, the consensus is somewhere between 3.4 and 3.9%. Um, to see where, see if it comes down, hopefully a little bit, less than that. Excuse me. But over the next couple of years, they're expecting inflation to come down, and same with the interest rates. So if that happens, we'll see what happens. That's the Fed. That's the dot plot that they gave us here. Looking at the number one indicator, the gauge that the Feds use, the PCE, personal consumption expenditures. It shows here that inflation is coming down nicely, but still remains over the Fed's 2% target. Okay, it's still over the 2% target. That's that black line straight across here, 2%. That's where they want it to go. Now, we did touch on that not too long ago, a week or two ago, and that came up a little bit slightly, but that's the PCE. Now, there's the core PCE, which is the PCE but excludes food and energy. Okay, the core PCE excludes food and energy, and that's a little bit higher. All right, so they're looking to get these numbers down, and the more they get them down, the more interest rates will drop. Here's what happened during the week. The S&P actually lost 2%. Year to date, still pretty good at 24.3. The Nasdaq, anybody in Nasdaq? Well, that dropped 1.8% this last week, but overall, year to date, Nasdaq's up 30.4%. A lot of heavyweights. The tech heavyweights are all on Nasdaq. They're the ones that are pushing it up. Now, to be sure, those heavyweights, like the Magnificent Seven stocks, like your Microsofts and Apple and Netflix and all those guys, they're very overvalued. And I sometimes wonder at what point is that bubble going to break? Is it ever going to break? Is that the new norm? I don't know, but if anybody, I think, just stays clearly just in those stocks, I don't know. If something major happens, that's what I find that the first place the money comes out of is the tech sector, and the Nasdaq and the market drops. But it's been a very good year for the Nasdaq, up over 30%. Even the Dow's hanging in there, 13.7% year to date, even though all three indices dropped this last week. All right, coming up the week ahead, let's take a look. Conference Board CB Consumer Confidence on Monday. Durable goods orders on Tuesday, along with new home sales and the Richmond Manufacturing Index. Markets are closed on Wednesday. Don't forget, of course, Tuesday the market closes at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. All right, short day. Wednesday, of course, the markets are closed. Thursday, we've got unemployment claims and low no news day on Friday. I suspect that possibly a lot of the traders, investors are going to be taking probably Thursday and Friday off as well, making a long weekend. Not really sure what the volume is going to be like. Not to say we can't make money or trade, but you might want to just watch for that. So we'll see what happens. As far as volatility is concerned, here's what I kind of think that we're going to see. Medium on Monday, high on Tuesday, nothing on Wednesday, of course, Thursday high, and again, medium on Friday. So hopefully we can make some money on that. All right, so let's take a look here, folks. There are many opportunities every day to make money, and we show you how to spot them and how to trade them. And I'm just going to go over some of the programs that we have right now because I know that a lot of people ask, well, what are the programs? You keep having these Sunday night sessions, but how do I get in on some of the stuff that you're talking about here? So we've got some real good solid goal learn and earn actionable plans like right away. All right, and these are only exclusively available through DayTradeSPY. You're not going to get this anywhere else. All right. Um, we don't follow anybody else. They follow us. All right. We don't latch our wagon on anybody. Aaron and I got it figured out. All right. You want to know what we do? You got to come to us. And that's exactly what it is. If you're not really sure, believe it or not, Aaron, there's still one or two people online right now that are not subscribers to anything. I don't understand that, but that's the reality of it. Maybe they're not sure. I don't know why, but if you're just starting out, you don't really know, you don't want to spend a lot of money, but you think you should be part of something, join the inner circle. Every morning, Aaron sends out the morning market analysis, a snapshot of the way he sees the market around 9 o'clock, which is pretty cool. You see, we're not that smart for the most part, at least I'm not, to know where the market's going to go in a year from now, or 6 months, or even a month from now, even a week from now. I've got no idea where the market's going to end up a week from now, but we've got a pretty good idea where the market's going to go today. So we look at all these indicators. We look at the technicals, we look at fundamentals, we look at all this stuff, right, coming up in, coming at us. We look at tweets. We look at all this stuff and we compile it all. And Aaron writes his morning market analysis every morning, sends it out. I send out a follow-up report as to what we actually did during the day. And also Wednesday nights, we've got our interactive meetups. This is where you can ask questions, and you can ask any questions at all about SPY or charts, chart patterns, psychology issues, anything at all related to SPY options, right? These sessions are recorded, so in case you cannot be there live, you will get the recording right away, right after it's done, as a matter of fact. That is the inner circle. I'm going to tell you about the pricing and all that stuff here later, so just sit tight. We also have the DayTradeSPY signal sent out 3 to 5 times a week, algorithm based, sent to your cell phone as a text, also email. The point here, buy immediately within the first 2 minutes. Put it up for sale for 5% gain. If it's not sold by 4 p.m., sell it at the market close. All right, just carry your cell phone around. It's great if you're, say, working around, and you can't sit by your computer, but you got your cell phone with you. You got your little app set up on your cell phone. As soon as you get this, click on your buy button and just buy it, and it gives you a specific option with which to trade right away, and immediately put it up for sale for 5% gain. Pick of the day is similar to the signal, but this one actually goes out earlier. This goes out usually between 9:30. Actually, about 9:15, 9:20. Well, it's 9:30 is too late. We don't get out. It gets out earlier than that. But the thing is here, you're supposed to buy this right around 9:30, like right at 9:30. So this is meant to be bought at the market open. It's anchored in time. So what we're saying is, you're going to buy it at 9:30. At some point during the day, it's going to go up or down, whichever way the market takes us, and you're going to put it up for sale for a 6% profit target, right? I like to use a GTC, and sometimes, and even if the market doesn't comply that same day, if I have to hold it overnight, that's fine too, because these trades often, well, usually they do, they always have enough time built in so that if you do have to hold it overnight, it's going to be okay. All right. Now this is emailed to you, and the idea here is to buy it right at market open now. You do this. Wait for a few seconds for the bid-ask spread to settle in nice and tight. All right, until it establishes that price within 2, 3, maybe 4%, not a percent, but a cent spread. And then when the 1 minute candle is going your direction, just buy it then. Just buy it then. All right. And then again, put it up for sale for a 6% profit target, and just sit back and wait. And usually the pick of the day delivers its results very soon, like within a few minutes. All right. All right. Number four, our famous trading room. Famous trading room, world famous trading room. Aaron, we have people literally around the world, so we are internationally renowned. And folks, Aaron and I host this. So you are getting the experience of Aaron and my years of experience here. Okay. And I should tell you, let me see if I can change this here. If I move this to the back, would that work? Send to the back. I just want to change this 40 to 42. Not sure I can do this. 42, there we go. We can say 42 years now, right? I think I think we could probably say 44. We could probably say closer to 45, 46. I don't know how many years we got, but we have the experience. We've been hanging around the stock market for a long, long, long time. And they weren't always successful at times. I'm going to be honest with you. It's not like you're born a great trader. I'm pretty sure Aaron had his ups and downs. I certainly had my ups and downs. But one thing I know I did, I always learn from my downs. Every time I made a mistake, I'd go back and I'd review the trade and I'd see, okay, what's going on here? How did this thing go bad so fast, so deep, so dark, so fast? How was this a great trade yesterday and today it's suddenly a piece of garbage? I wanted to know that. And I would delve into that and try and figure it out. And I always find all these, all these things that I did wrong or I could have done better or whatever. And eventually, if you stop doing those, the only thing left is to do what works, and that's to make money, right? Kind of makes sense. Anyway, the trading room, it's interactive. You learn and earn, fully narrated. We discuss what we are looking at, what we are looking at to trade. We talk about the news. We talk about the events that are going to shape the market that day. And then we look for the setups. We get in, make our money, get in, get out, and get on with the rest of our day. Usually we do several trades. I'll do some trades. Aaron does trades. We have our famous strategies that come alive. This is where the rubber hits the road, right? This is where our strategies and our trades come alive. Every morning, 9:20 to 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time. And this is the best value. Now, if you know what calls and puts are, this is where you need to be. Don't think you have to be an expert to be in the trading room. You don't. All right. And if you have any questions, you ask us, and and it's again it's just like this. It's only Aaron and I see the questions, so we tend to answer all your questions. Now, if you're going to ask us what calls and puts are, well, maybe we need to take that conversation over to the side. But if you already know what calls and puts are, this is where you need to be. All right. So pricing, I know what you're going to ask about that. You can go to our website. Pricing is all there. However, if you email customer service at daytradespy.com, ask for very specific pricing on whatever programs you want, they will give you the best pricing available. All right. Which is usually pretty good, it's pretty good discount on those prices. So I think it's a good thing to just do that. Now, I had a comment the other day that said that, I emailed customer service a couple times, they didn't get back to me. So I don't know at what point or how that worked, but sometimes customer service really gets bogged down. Please be patient with them. Give them 2 or 3 days before they respond. They will respond. They will respond. All right. Might not be instant. Sometimes it is. Depends on their workload. You can understand they're bombarded with, hundreds and thousands and I don't know how many emails, but they're bombarded by a lot of emails that they answer. All right. But customer service at daytradespy.com, contact them for the best pricing on all our products. All right. All our products. And they'll take care of you on that. I also had some people ask me the other day, what kind of results have you had? And I didn't have any answers, but I did a real quick analysis this afternoon. The signal year to date is coming in at 87.5%. The pick of the day at 88.3%. Our OMG out of the morning gate, one of the strategies that we use in the trading room, is sitting around 88.4% success rate. And my own personal scalps for the year, which of there's a lot, 90.9% success rate. Aaron, I didn't do yours, and again, this is unofficial. All right, I want to stress these are unofficial because I don't want to, to hold me against this. These are unofficial. If you want the official, you'll have to contact Eagle Financial Products. They will. I don't know if they'll give them to you. Probably not. But these are at some point they compile all these numbers. Right? They compile the data. But right now, this is just kind of our quick and dirty results here. And I would say that's a pretty good success rate, Aaron. I don't know about you, but I'm pretty content with that. What do you think? All right. So anyway, let's move on here. All right. I think the next thing on our agenda, we're going pretty fast here today, Aaron. What do you think? Lots to talk
Ah,
about.
yeah, I think you're on a roll. Sorry, I have my visitor here. My daughter stepped in the room. So sorry about that.
No problem. Oh yeah, yeah. How's she doing? I know she's under the
She's good. She just said she's good. Sorry, I put it on mute. But yeah, she's fine. So
good, good, good.
she had a fun day at the mall yesterday. So
Monday at the mall.
I was bored.
oh, that's that.
I ask her what sort of toys are you looking to get here for Christmas? I think she's what, 6 years old, 5 years old, something?
Yeah, she's 6 years old. What
Six.
toy do you want for Christmas, Fraser?
But a bear.
She wants a Build-A-Bear. She wants a Hello Kitty Build-A-Bear.
Oh, Build-A-Bear.
Hey,
Those are cool.
didn't know it before.
Santa told me.
Excuse me. Anybody remember those old Cabbage Patch dolls? That was a big thing for Christmas. Oh my gosh, several decades ago. And I know people that spent like $500 for this stupid thing. I was like, oh, are you kidding? Are you out of your mind? It's just, it's just a fad. But Build-A-Bear's always pretty good. Those are pretty cool. They should last for a while. So anyway, I'm pretty sure Santa will deliver that. I'm pretty sure so. All right, let's move on to our 2-minute tutorial. What do you say? 2-minute tutorial. Um, so tonight I'm going to talk about what's the time here? Let me just make sure I don't go too much over 2 minutes. 8:33. Okay. Um, tonight's thing is this. Anticipate the market. By that I mean think about where it's probably going to go. You can use various things. You can learn Aaron's deep dive analysis, where he invokes the Fibonacci and mixes it in with Andrew's pitchfork and other things. And pretty cool, pretty intense, but it's pretty cool. You can use my simpler methods of technical analysis. You can use fundamentals. You can just kind of anticipate, kind of like when you're driving, you anticipate the red lights. When you see a red light ahead, you take your foot off the gas and you just kind of, roll into it. And then hopefully by the time you get there, it's green, so you don't have to actually stop, right? You're not wasting gas and the brake at the same time, and you're going through and or what I see, when I see a green light, I gun it, so I think some lights are coordinated, Aaron, but if you're doing, say, 30 miles an hour and they're through the city and they're coordinated at that, I think that means they're also coordinated at 60 miles an hour, right? Maybe that's not
Yeah,
the
I think they're coordinated to stop speeders, actually.
Yeah, yeah. Depends on the city. Yeah, there's some places where they actually, if you go the speed limit, they turn green as you get up to them, which is kind of cool. It kind of gets you through fast. So, but anyway, anticipate, and by that I mean, as an example, here's what happened this last week, and this is one of the things that the Spy in the Market is going to get into the newsletter. Um, we had a massive drop on news. That was Fed Chair Powell's remarks. That was on what, Wednesday, and I like those days because I also know that the market's going to reverse. That's a knee-jerk reaction, all right? And there's going to be likely a recovery after a knee-jerk response, and that's a technical analysis thing, okay? I got quite excited when the market went down. I didn't like it, and I was really unbelievable. I was actually very sorry I didn't get into the move to the downside. Um, but I had the thought in my mind right around, I think it was probably right around noon. I was going to go for the rest of the day. I wasn't going to have a chance to actually watch the markets. I thought, you know what? We are pretty confident the market's going to go up because of the 25 basis point rate drop. So I was going to do this. I was just going to buy very small positions on both calls and puts, and just come back at the end of the day to see where it's going to go. And I can assure you that had I put $1,000 into calls, I would have lost it. But had I put $1,000 into, again, far out puts, for that day. Um, $1,000. I think I could have made enough, Aaron, to buy a house. It just when the market just collapsed the way it did, it was like, wow. I don't think I can't remember the last time, if ever, I saw a drop like that. And of course, the puts really came into the game on that one. But anyway, that's what it was. Now, so here's the thing, all right? So when the market went down on Thursday, I thought, okay, well, we're seeing the market coming back up. I thought it was going to go back up, but now we had this budget issue. The budget, this is that budget bill impasse. Um, our our co-president Elon Musk and and the president-elect Trump were at odds on Thursday. As a matter of fact, Musk had tweeted out something like 150 tweets, I think, on Thursday to tell everybody, "Don't pass this, don't pass this, don't agree, don't agree, don't agree," and and that was okay. So we knew that the government was going to shut down. At least it was going to shut down midnight Friday night if this thing didn't pass. Well, to me, that's actually very good news because as sure as we are sitting here, we go through this every so often, and they always pass a budget. They always pass a budget, except there was a time in Trump's previous tenure where the government did shut down for about a month to some capacity. But as a rule, all right, they are going to pass something. They're not going to shut the government down. Mind you, if they shut down the IRS, I think the whole country would cheer. But anyway, knowing that they're going to pass the budget, I felt very confident that the market was going to go back up. So, and when it does that, the markets will soar again as soon as they sign the bill. So I knew that Friday, at some point, and if I buy some time, I'm going to be fine, right? So what I did there was I actually bought next Friday's far out puts. So I bought these cheap puts for 44 cents. And I think there's some people in the trading
Oh,
room
you
at the
mean cheap calls?
cheap calls, cheap puts. Yeah, sorry, not puts, calls. Yes. I bought cheap calls. I'm not going to tell you how many. It was pretty good. It was a pretty good run for 44 cents. And it ran up. It ran up, and then I changed it there to trailing stop. That's fine. It was going nice. It was a nice trend up, trailing stop, and at 11:09, the trailing stop took me out for 95 cents, 44 cents to 95 cents. Ladies and gentlemen, that's a 116% gain in 54 minutes. 54 minutes. And I was a happy camper, right? And I probably should have put a lot more money in it, but it's okay. It's okay. But anybody who made money on that, congratulations. I know some people in the trading room. There's a bell for you. I know some people in the trading room did take that position, and I think in the Q&A box here we have some people who had actually said they had done very well on that. Alexi here, Hugh, thanks for some, I guess, insights last Friday on that. He bought the 60 cent call sold for $1.60. Good start with a K after having lost it. The $600 he made on that trade. Let's see. Yes, that was the 600. That was the 600 strike price calls. Tiba had a so that was an awesome call. Paid off greatly for Tiba as well. Um, and yes, I did get out of those for all those people who are Douglas T picked up $500 on that gamble. I told him it's a gamble trade. I mean, we don't know for sure, but it depends on how you want to trade it. And so I did okay on that one. Irving purchased the 605 strikes on those options and got and at 105 on Wednesday. And that's, I guess, we bought it right near the top. It was $19,000 plus trade for me. Nice trade, $19,000. I take it that's the profit you made on that. Congratulations on that, Irving. 19,000 plus. And Ken McD also 44 cents on the trade. Alex ran up to $1.80. Yes. My trailing stop on that was just a dime. So, but by the time I saw it, I thought that's fine. It's okay. All right. Douglas T picked up 47 cents. I actually took 47 cents to $1.53. San Diego still sitting in the 591 calls on that. Catherine got out at $1.50. She took it from 47 cents to $1.50. So $1.03 divided by 47, that is a whopping 219% profit on that, Catherine. Way to go. And Jim L, he says he got into those calls about 15 minutes before I called it. He says great minds think alike. I like to say fools seldom disagree too. But he sold half, picked up 250 dollars profit, and he's still holding some more. So way to go on that. You guys are awesome, guys and gals. When I say guys, I mean guys and gals. Wow. Wow, very nice, very nice. So that was the trade. So, and I'm sure that 2 minute tutorial went a little longer, but that's what I mean. If you kind of just anticipate to see what do you think is going to go? Where's that news? What's the news that's coming up? How's that going to affect the market? It's just worth, trading. And then when you see that bubbling under and you get into these long out cheap options and you put a few bucks into that thing, you see, oh, once you go and then I like to put in a trailing stop once I got like a free trade. In other words, if my trailing stop comes down, takes me out, at least I got my trade covered, which is kind of nice, and then just ride it up. Bonus money. So that was pretty cool. All right, what questions do we have? Any questions? Okay. All right. Question that comes up a lot here. Why do you bother training when you can just make money trading? Obviously, you guys are both experts at trading, so you might just why not just keep trading and not bother with the training? Uh, Aaron, why do you bother training people? Let's start with you.
Wow, put me on the spot. I enjoy teaching, and also I find that when I teach and tell tell people what I see, I actually helps me to think better about why I see what I see. Also helps motivate me to look at other keep on learning, because I think there's a amount of responsibility that people have when you are teaching that yeah, you have to keep your keep your sword sharp, I guess you could say.
Yeah. I'm with you on all of that. I thoroughly see, in my prior life, I was actually thinking back in university, I thought I was thinking I might want to be a teacher. But I know you're going to think this is kind of crazy why I never did pursue that. It's because I always had trouble with names. I can never remember names. And I just envision what a fool I'll be after, spending 3, 4, 5, 6 months in a classroom. I still don't know, all 50 kids' names. And especially when kids have funny names now. I mean, now we have funny names, right? Now, I'm not teasing names, but when Elon Musk names his kid names on formulas or something, is it?
Yeah, it's X Ash something.
Right? And I don't want to, hurt anybody's feelings by not remembering their names, but, X equals, E2 squared or whatever. I don't know, whatever these funny names he gives his kids. Poor kids. I feel sorry for his kids. Anyway, I always, that's probably one of the big reasons I never got into that profession. Not to mention the fact that it really didn't all pay that much, to be honest with you. There seemed to be a lot of work and stress and stuff associated with it, and now you have to go in and know how to use firearms, right? You have to protect your class, and it's really saddened to see the news we had this week, Aaron, about the that school. Where was it in Minnesota
Wisconsin.
somewhere? Wisconsin with the shooting. Was it a 15-year-old girl shot the place up? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? A Christian school, and it was just such a sad thing to see, Uh, and it just seems like mass shootings are. I think we've had more mass shootings the number of days this year. So anyway, I never got into teaching, but my short answer to that question is don't ask why we teach. Just be thankful we do. All right, and just be thankful we do. And I enjoy it. I thoroughly enjoy it. To me, it's also like a social life, I guess, for lack of a better, kind of gets me out of the house in a certain way, get to interact with people. And I just thoroughly love it. I love to see other people succeed in the stock market. The stock market is one of those crazy things that'll lure you in and spit you out. And everybody has big dreams of making lots of money in the stock market. They see all these wonderful movies and shows and stuff. And what are some of these great movies they had? Was it Wall Street, Wall Street 2, Michael Douglas or something? That's pretty exciting, right? And
Trading Places, great movie. If you guys haven't watched that, it's a great Christmas movie.
yeah,
It's a comedy with Dan Aykroyd and Eddie Murphy. My favorite movie. There's a lot of serious
yeah,
Wall Street movies and trading movies, but that's a great I wouldn't say family friendly movie because there's some weird parts in it, but it's a great comedy if you think of like National Lampoon's Vacation kind of mix that with trading or Wall Street. You have a really great comedy for those that haven't seen it.
Yeah, there's also The Big Short. That was a really interesting movie, talking about the big meltdown there in 2008, 09. Yeah, there's a lot of great stuff that came out. So I enjoy it. I thoroughly enjoy interacting with people, and I know some people, in fact, some people online here have been with us for a very long time. And I want to take this opportunity to thank you all for your loyalty and your I mean some of these people have been like wow years just going through the list right now. Um, and You ever notice when my picture stops or freezes, I have this really ugly pose. It's never a smiling pose or something. It's always really. I have not. I don't think I've been blessed. I've been blessed with a lot of stuff, but I don't think I've been blessed with really great looks. You know, yeah, some people have been just amazing, great looks and stuff. But
I wouldn't say that, Hugh. You're like a fine wine. You get better with age.
maybe. Thanks for that, Aaron. That's just to be clear, though. People have said that I'm the better looking than Aaron, but Aaron's got the brains. All right, don't kid yourself. Aaron's a really smart guy, folks. Don't kid yourself.
Well, thank you.
He looks beyond the obvious. He looks beyond what's coming up. I'm not that smart. I just look and see. Well, I think what's going to happen next little while. This is what's going to happen next little while. That's what I think, and then I can sort of forecast that. But I think Aaron actually goes beyond the next little while. He goes deeper into the market. So if you're going further out, like he'll, yeah, anyway, it's worthy of his attention, you know. So giving him his attention. So, but let me take a look at some of these people online here. Scott has a question here concerning the signals. Looking for some data for the last 12 months. How many alerts were sent out? The signal, how many alerts were sent out? I think I'm showing something like 239 alerts were sent out. Our success rate on that was 88.3%. That's the number I have for the signal. Okay, that's the number I have for the signal. Let's see, how did you do with those 600 calls? Shot up a retrace. Yeah, those call. Okay, so those. Let's go back to this for a second. These calls I bought here, the 600 strike price calls, and these were actually for next Friday. And actually, I remember talking about that. I was talking about I'm going to hold on to these at least until they sign the deal. So I should still be holding them. He actually signed this thing. I think it passed I'm not sure, the Senate or something around midnight or after midnight. They finally signed whatever it was. So I mean, it was actually into after hours, but the trailing stop took me out. I'm okay with making 116% in 54 minutes. Should have jumped back, but I wasn't around. It's okay. But anyway, that's that. What other questions? Let's go back to some other questions. Do we have an early night tonight? Is there any other questions here? Uh, John, oh my gosh. I used to get this all the time. Um, when I was younger, I actually looked a lot like Ed O'Neill. Ed O'Neill is the movie star. I could probably be his double. What do they call it? Doppelbanger or something? Uh,
Doppel, 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 doppelganger. I think it's
Doppelganger or something, yeah, where you're the guy's double. And this is actually really, really. So Ed
doppelganger.
O'Neill is the guy who plays Al Bundy on Married with Children. And thank you for that, John. I was actually, I want to say maybe about 8, 10 years ago. I was actually in a grocery store, Wegmans, and it was late night. And the cashier, oh, she was so funny. This big woman, she said, and big boisterous lady. I go up to the thing and she says, "I know you. I know you." I said, "Oh, here we go. No, no, no. I'm not who you think. Yes, you are. Yes, you are." She got onto the PA system, called down the manager and the staff. Says, "We have a celebrity in the store. We have." I said, "No, no, I'm not a celebrity. No, no. We have." And I took my stuff and I ran out. And she actually chased me into the car. She chased me to the car. I run into the car. And I'm not who you think I am. I'm not. I'm not. Yes, you are. You're Al Bundy. I said, "No, I'm not." Oh, it's hilarious. But back when I had hair and all that, I probably looked more like Al Bundy than I do now. But thanks for that, John. Yes, I've been told that a lot, a lot. Do you look like anybody, Aaron? I don't know if you look like anybody, and I can't
I
see.
got mistaken for a couple people. I got mistaken. I think I mentioned that at one point for Doogie Howser when I was a lot younger. I
Okay,
was still mistaken. Well, not mistaken, but people told me a lot when I was a lot younger that I looked like Dawson from Dawson's Creek.
okay.
But
Oh,
yeah, either I'm a doctor or I live on a creek. So
you're up the creek, right? Well, Peg, come on, Peg. Anyways, that's fun. I think Al Bundy was also in another. I don't know. He was in the other show. What's it called? Not Married with Children, but the other one. What's it called? I don't know. Can't remember the name of it. I never actually watched that show all that much. Here's a question from Jim BD. Why was there no pick on Friday? Good question. The reason was because at the time we were analyzing it, the volatility was extremely high. All right. And we know that with the pick of the day, people would buy it at the market open and put up for sale. The only problem is if that volatility was not going to, we knew it was going to come down at some point, but if it didn't come down sort of before the opening bell, you could have bought the pick, which we were thinking of a call. Those call options that we were actually looking at were something like $8, $9. So here's what happens when you buy high like that into the volatility, high volatility. So let's say you bought an option for $8, right? And unbeknownst, right? That's the pick. You're going to buy it, right? And then they suck the volatility out of it. They suck the volatility out of it, and with that comes the price. So let's say that option may have dropped from $8 down to $4 or $3. Guess who's holding the bag for those $4 or $5 that have dropped? You. So how much does the stock have to move to make up for that volatility squeeze? You take that loss on that option that you just bought for $8 that's worth now 3, right? That's $5. You divide the $5 by the delta, and let's say the delta is 50. So you take the 5 divided by zero point 0.5, then you get 10. That means the stock has to move $10 just to make up for that volatility squeeze that you found yourself in. And never mind any profit or the bid-ask spread or commission or any of that stuff. Forget all that stuff. Just that change in the volatility that could have cost you, $5 on that option. You would not have been very happy, and neither would have us, right? We wouldn't have been very happy. We wouldn't have been happy either. So sometimes when you see a no trade day like that, we're actually protecting your butt, okay? It's better to not be in a trade wishing you were than to be in a trade wishing you weren't. Now, those people in the trading room, right? They saw what was sort of unfolding, and then as the volatility did come down, then we did enter some trades on Friday, and we made money. The OMG trade made some money. As a matter of fact, that was a 2-minute trade from 9:38 to 9:40. The Signal made money. I made money. Marin, I know you probably made money. The pick of the day. Well, we didn't have a pick of the day, but um, you know, when you're into the trading room, right? Now you're seeing this trading room kind of, it's like live streaming. You're in this thing, it's actually unfolding, so things are happening. And for that reason, you can make money, right? So that's kind of what we did there. So, all right, let's see what other quick questions we can do here before we wrap it up for the night. I know everybody's kind of got some packing to do here. Um, Doug T is saying, "Hey, I'm mistaken for Howard Dean at the Reagan Airport." Um, I actually had a lot of people tell me that I look like Al Bundy. Like it was getting like crazy stuff. Uh, let me see. Uh, do I look at the VIX? No, I don't look at the VIX. Actually, I did a spy in the market a few weeks ago on the VIX and why I don't look at the VIX. I don't look at the VIX because it's just telling me nothing. It's giving me concurrent information. The VIX is high, the market is low. Yes, I know that. Tell me where it's going. That doesn't tell me that's concurrent. I can't. I can't do anything with concurrent information. I know the VIX is low, the market's high. So what? What's the future? I need to know what the future is doing. So, Modern Family, Catherine. That's it. Ed O'Neill's Modern Family. That's a hilarious show too. I never did to do that. So, okay. Anyway, what other question? Anything? Are you doing any rapping here tonight, Aaron? Are you all wrapped up yet, or that's
No, I'm not the most patient with the wrapping. So I usually ask my mother to do the wrapping because she's usually a last minute shopper. So if I have a few last minute gifts, I might ask her to do that. Or if I feel adventurous, I'll do it, when my daughter's asleep. But maybe I think I do have some wrapping paper.
yeah.
But I usually get gift bags, to be honest, because I'm not the most patient with the wrapping paper.
Yeah.
My 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 grandmother actually was a child of the Depression, and so she had this. Maybe this is the reason why I don't like wrapping paper as much. But so she had this really strange habit of saving the wrapping paper every year,
Hmm.
and uh, and keeping it for like the next year, because she was a child of the Depression, and she just kept like random stuff, and so it was what wrapping me and wrapping paper don't really get along. Plus, I think wrapping paper is outrageous. I mean, you buy a roll of wrapping paper, it's like $10, $15 sometimes if you buy like the nice stuff. So
So here's
it
a suggestion: give wrapping paper for presents. How's that?
oh yeah, exactly. It's, yeah, I don't know if my older teenage sons would like that.
Give
And
wrapping.
I think I'm picking up a little bit on you, Hugh. You're a little bit impatience as I get older. Like you know, I, my son told me what he wanted. One of my sons told me what he wanted, and it was a large purchase. I bought it and I gave it to him, like was it maybe Black Friday? I gave it to him. And my mom was asking me like, why did you give it to him? I'm like, what am I gonna do? Just leave it hanging around? He's not gonna use it. I mean, it's gonna be a month. He's gonna be fidgeting and wondering when I got him. Um, so I'm becoming a little bit more impatient.
What's this car doing in the driveway, right?
Yeah, exactly. It wasn't a car, but it was something like it was a larger purchase. And so I think I'm getting a little bit more impatient. I don't know if anybody here gets impatient around um the holidays. I know when I was a child, I wanted to get things quick, and I couldn't wait. I was always trying to find my Christmas presents.
Yeah,
Um, I got yelled at a couple times because I actually found them and knew what I got anyway. So
that's pretty funny. That's pretty funny. Yeah, I got another little issue I got to take care of around Christmas. See, my son was born on Christmas Day, so I always have to think about, oh yeah, don't forget the birthday present, the birthday present, and so he doesn't get ripped off. Anyway, oh, it's all good. It's all good, and I think with that, my clock on the wall says it's 9 o'clock, and I think our our Eagle day trading mentors union says that we are now on union time. We're overtime. We have to wrap it up. What do you think?
oh, of
Uh,
course, yep.
you think you're ready to go? All right. Thanks for joining us, folks. We'll look forward to being on the flip side. And don't forget, of course, we want you to all have a very safe and wonderful Christmas, Hanukkah holiday. See you tomorrow morning in the training room. Thank you, Aaron. Have a good one.
Yep. Thanks everybody. Take care.
Be great at what you do, give it all of you, and trust the process to keep your eyes on the prize. I can tell you.